if I look at the two programs, I think that has helped us as a business as more than is the Learn Earn program and Miranda's workforce program. Good morning, MOV. This is Mike Williams, and I have the pleasure this morning to introduce my friend, Michele Wilson with West Virginia University, Parkersburg. Michele, would you like to introduce yourself and kind of tell you say what you do?
Sure. Thank you, Mike.
You're welcome.
Thanks for having me.
You're welcome.
And I'm glad to be inside instead of outside because it's very hot out there. I'm the Dean of Workforce Technical and Computer Information Science Division, which also houses the Workforce and Economic Development Division of WVU Parkersburg. So that's a big title. What does that mean? Mike, I take care of all of the IT, CS, academic programs, all of our technical programs, which would be welding, mechanical, electrical. I take care of the cosmetology building under our division. And then we have our Workforce and Economic Development Division, which also has our short-term programs and our business and industry training and any community education that we have out there.
That's a lot.
It is a lot.
I mean, so what are maybe some things that people don't realize that you're involved with that maybe you did yesterday or the day before?
Okay, well, yesterday is a good example. We had our signing ceremony down at Constellium, and I work with Constellium, and our division works very hard with them to provide educational opportunities for their scholarship students to get onto a real true career pathway. So basically, they come to us for 2 years. Constellium covers all costs of their degrees. And then when they graduate, they go to work for Constellium.
And what are they doing for Constellium, the students?
They are in the program for 2 years. They're not working during those 2 years, but when they go to work, they are doing a multi-craft technology, industrial maintenance, and a reliability program.
Yeah, if Constellium, have you been in the hot roll area?
Oh, yeah.
Back here? It's really hot.
I would not want to be there today.
No, not at all. So we've taken advantage of some of the programs at WVU at Parkersburg, and one of the ones I really want to talk to you about that's been very instrumental for our growth is the Learn and Earn program. Can you explain a little bit what that is?
Sure. Learn and Earn was established in 2012 by the legislation through House Bill 3009 to serve through the community and technical college system as an economic driver of the state. So basically, a Learn and Earn is an internship opportunity for students to come and get real-world hands-on experience in a real place of business. They do this while they're in their academic or non-credit short-term program and really get to experience and use the knowledge they're learning in the classroom and apply it in a real-world work experience.
Yeah, we've taken advantage of it. And we were talking before, I cannot believe we've been in the Learn and Earn program for 7 years. And it's been great because it really has been a partnership with ourselves and then also some of the other businesses in town to help, kind of create some programs and the curriculum and saying, hey, this is what the business world needs, that we need the students coming out of there. And it's not, from us as being a technology, people say, well, it's just IT students. It's not just IT students. What's the other program?
No, basically it was created for any community college technical programs. So that means any of our 2-year, 1-year, or non-credit short-term programs. So some of the other areas that we serve businesses with Learn and Earn are accounting, business admin, human resource, welding, production technology. There's a lot of areas. So anything that we don't have right at the moment, we can definitely create.
Sure,
and see
absolutely.
if we can seek approval for that.
From the student side, what are the requirements for the student?
The student must carry a 2.0 GPA, and they must go through at least one semester at WVUP before they start in the Learn and Earn program.
Okay.
But if there is an opportunity for that student after their first semester and have that required 2.0 GPA, then they're able to apply to any of the businesses that may have an opportunity out there.
Okay.
And it's an application process.
Yep. Can you kind of tell what the benefit to the student is? I
Oh,
mean,
my
there is
goodness.
some financial benefit,
There is
and there's
a
some financial benefit to the employer.
Well, I think what's important to know is it is a paid internship.
Yes, yes.
So basically, this legislative bill pays 50% of the wage. The wage must be at least $15 an hour from the employer. So the employer pays half, and the grant pays the other half, which is amazing. The students benefit because really they get to come out into the world. This is the career pathway they're choosing. So they get to come out into the business and have a real opportunity to put what they're learning to work.
Sure.
And that's exciting for them. I know a lot of your employees have really enjoyed that. I know I've walked into a business where I'm going to follow up with something, and I'll never forget the time that one of the business students ran up to me and said, "I learned this last week in school, and I'm putting it in practice. And look at my project." And it was very exciting to see that.
Yeah. And we were trying to think, I don't know, maybe 10 students we've had in Learner over the last 7 years. But we've taken advantage of the IT, of course, and a lot of our IT students. But we have marketing students. We've had accounting students. I think we're going to be bringing on a business student to be able to do things. And it's great. For us, typically they work 20 hours a week. Like they said, they get paid $16 an hour in their field that they're trying to get a degree in. And it's great because they understand what it is to be in this field. It's a phenomenal program. I know it's really grown over the last, I think you said that this has been around for about 12 years?
2012.
2012, yeah. So what is the, if I'm an employer, what do I need to go to be involved and participate in this Learn and Earn program?
First thing is to contact us.
Okay.
And you can contact myself or Sam Copen, the Learn and Earn coordinator at the college. And I think you've seen it's a pretty easy process. So we'll send a questionnaire out to you with 10 questions that we need answered in order to be able to write the grant for the company, or, for the Learn and Earn. And then we ask for a job description because we must have that job description. And then I think there's a brief memorandum of understanding that you sign, and a letter of support. We need a letter of support just to show that you are supporting this Learn and Earn. So that's all we need. We submit it to the West Virginia Community and Technical College system. And then if it is approved, we start immediately searching for that student.
Okay.
But an employer benefit is, you've seen it, you've benefited greatly from it, is you're creating a pipeline of workers. Maybe you don't have a job open right now, but there will be another company that has that job open. So now the student has an ability to put, I have real world work experience on their resume. And it reimburses 50% of the wages to the employer. You're creating a pipeline. And I always say you could get up to a year and a half of an interview with a student. Yeah. You mentioned 20 hours a week. That's while they're in class, because we do want them to complete their programs and do well in their programs. But during the summer, in between classes, they can work up to 40 hours a week.
Right. Yep. And it's like you said, it's a great program. Instead of them having a part-time job, at the mall or something like that, or Burger King or whatever, they have the ability to be able to work in their industry, and they learn things and every company's different in how they do things. But it's been a great program. And the other side of it too, from an employer, they are on my payroll. They are on my workers' comp. There's some costs associated with them being an employee for us, but the advantages outweigh those, greatly to be able to do those. So some stories. Any success stories you have? I know we do, but some success stories you have.
We, DuPont, which is now the Comore side of DuPont, has been with us since 2012 with Learn and Earns. So 77 students went to work for DuPont in this period of time. I think they told us 33% of their workforce are Learn and Earn students now. So lots of successes there. It's neat, again, to see the students moving up within the companies as well. We had a student go to work for Woodcraft and went through their 2-year program. And then we were able to write a DOL apprenticeship for their 4-year program. And so they got to continue on and get their 4-year degree, and then stayed on at Woodcraft. Lots of successes. Oh, a small CPA firm here in town started out with 2 employees. We were talking about how you started out with 5. I remember that. And now you're up to like 30. Yeah. So this company asked for 2 learn and earn. The students loved the family atmosphere so well, they went to work. So now there are 2 more employees for this firm, and they are adding additional learn and earn. Yeah. So we've had a lot of successes, a lot of students happy with where they've landed. A lot of people do get hired. I think we were at like 95% of hiring. But when a learn and earn's finished, there always isn't a job available. But again, the success also comes from, 1, they've had that experience. 2, they get to put it on their resume, and then they're grabbed up by other people, other companies. I know. Yes. What else?
So to kind of summarize, if the employer would be interested, they would contact, which division are you guys in?
Workforce and Economic Development.
Okay, Workforce and Economic Development. And can you reach out to Michele? What's the phone number for Workforce?
So 304-424-8355 is my direct number. The coordinator for Learn and Earn, Sam Copen, her number is 304-424-8250.
Okay. Or you can also reach out to me. I can be able to point you in the right direction for anybody who wants to be able to do that. So if you're a student, what a great program that you can get involved in and learn on. And if you're at WVUP of Parkersburg now, guess what? If you're not in a Learn and Earn program, go check it out. You know, I know your instructors talk about it, but go check it out. It's a great way. $16 an hour is not bad wages for a part-time job that you're in your industry. And when you graduate, you have that on your resume.
Exactly.
So anything else you'd like to share?
Well, I would just like for students also to know that if they are currently working for an employer and in their field of study and they're not involved in the Learn and Earn program, definitely get a hold of us, and we'll get a hold of that employer, and we'll talk to them and show them the benefit of the Learn and Earn program.
Fantastic. Anything else you'd want to share?
I just want to share we appreciate you, Mike. You have been a strong advocate of WVUP. You've served on our sector strategy group and helped us with a lot through that avenue. And thanks for taking our students. I keep looking at these 2 because I'm just so proud of them behind the camera. So thank you.
Oh, you're welcome. You're welcome. Thank you for joining us on MOV with Mike. And hit the subscribe button for your weekly updates on all things business and technology in the MOV.